BetterHelp fam, welcome back to the channel.
If you guys are new here, smash the subscribe button down below.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell because we post 3 videos whenever we can. We want to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. You guys really enjoyed our vulnerability posts. Yeah, I want to continue making these videos that are very
open,
honest quality, because I feel like you all can relate, and I feel like this is the year of vulnerability and getting to know ourselves, getting to know our struggles, and figuring out ways to help
support each other, help each other, lift each other up, right?
Yes. So you guys know we haven't been posting as much on here, and it's due to life balance. I feel like we have been having such a hard time finding that middle ground of being able to post, being able to work, being able to deal with work from home, being able to be a stay-at-home parent, being able to be a sport parent. So you guys know a couple months ago, I actually got diagnosed with ADHD, and it really isn't a surprise to me because I already knew that I had difficulty when it comes to focus, attention, and hyperactivity, which you guys enjoyed my dramatic self. But there's a reason why I'm dramatic, you know what I'm saying? I do suspect you are, baby. I
do notice myself, like, now that we've kind of like figured out the things with you, I'm like, okay, I do the same kind of similar thing, especially like misplacing things, like starting tasks and like not finishing them completely. So things like that, like, I really notice.
We literally have a term for it. We call it Lucasing things, because like he would take something and he'll take a baby Doppler, right? And he'll put it like on top of the fridge. So with the diagnosis, I actually dug deep and did more research about it when it comes to like relationship, when it comes to love, when it comes to family. And we realized how much of our struggles in life attributed to ADHD. 2 things that I feel like it's a big component of it. One, I have something called the object permanence issue. And let me know in the comments if you have this issue. So when you have a person or a thing that's consistent in your life, you don't really have a problem with forgetting about them. But the minute that person is not in that routine or consistency, it's like they never existed. So with my family, like 90% of us, actually 90% of us actually have ADHD. So I feel like for us, like I look at like Luca's family or everybody else's family, and they're like, yeah, I'm super close to my siblings. Yeah, I called my big sister today. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like me and my family, we love each other dearly, but we never talk to each other.
Right.
Because we're not in each other's like radar.
Right. Immediate vicinity.
Right. And I feel like with me and Rebecca, it was like that for a long time. People would say like, what is your twin doing? I'm like, I don't know. What is your sister? I don't know where my sister is. Yeah. Because like we weren't in each other's like routine.
Right.
And I feel like since now that we're like consistently communicating on a daily basis, like I will pick up the phone and say, hey Rebecca, how are you doing today? Yeah. Before, it would be like a month before I talk with her. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm
actually very similar to that, where it's like, even like my mom and dad, like I would have, like before, I'm better now, but I would go like weeks without even talking to them, texting them, anything. So like you said, unless you're in my daily like routine, it's just not gonna happen. And it's not that I don't love you or mad at you or anything like that, it's just
you're just not
out of sight, out of mind.
Right. Another thing that I struggle with is hyperfixation. So when I find something that I become like obsessed with, obsessed with, I kind of like tunnel vision at one thing. So YouTube was our tunnel vision obsession at one point, and we became obsessed with it. I'll research it, I'll read articles about it, I'll go all day just researching about it. But then once the obsession's gone, you just drop it and you never come back to it. This is the reason why I ended up getting diagnosed. You know, I became obsessed with gymnastics at one point. And now my obsession with gymnastics isn't like obsession with Lillian in gymnastics. Like, you better be the best. You better do this. You better do that. It's no, it's like, I just loved gymnastics. I loved watching it. I want to be part of it. So like, I was teaching myself handstands, back hip circles, front hip circles, and not working, not cleaning, not taking care of myself. But I feel like with the pharmaceutical route, I also needed to do therapy on the things that I struggled with. And that's where BetterHelp came in. I really thoroughly enjoyed that they had a ton of therapists for you that tailor to my needs. 1, tailored to my needs. 2, it was extremely affordable for me. And 3, I was able to do therapy at the comfort of my own home. You guys know Josiah's home with me, and sometimes we'll just work, so I can't afford to just get in the car and drive to different therapy places. And I realized that to me, I wasn't being as consistent with it too, whenever I had to get dressed, put my makeup on, do all this, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really getting that in-depth routine of therapy.
A lot of people don't realize is that therapy is not just for when you're in like full-on like crisis mode. I think that's when people turn to therapy, is when they're like, I'm at my last wit. But honestly, like a lot of people can use therapy. Almost, I feel like everybody could use therapy.
They all can.
There's something you need to talk about, something that's like on your mind, and there's people out there that can help you through any situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And neurodivergent or not, like you don't have to use it for neurodivergency or not. But I enjoy the fact that I could use it for our neurodivergency.
Right.
And I could be able to better understand myself, better understand like what's going on around me. And another big thing that I use therapy for is actually friendships as well. I realized that I struggle with friendships. And let me know in the comments if you also go through this. I notice like when it comes to like neurotypical friendships and neurotypical scenarios and social situations, I struggle so bad with, because I get judged very easily. Like people say, oh, you're so anxious, you're just, I'm like, I'm not being anxious.
Yeah.
But it's my perseveration and my hyperfixation.
When Rachel really likes something or something's on her mind, so perseveration is like she'll keep talking about it over and over, and it's not that she's anxious about it, it's just that that's what's on her head, so that's what she's going to talk about.
And I say it over and over and over and over and over
and for neurotypical, like quote unquote normal neurotypical people, it's just kind of like, all right, like you're anxious, like I don't want that energy here, like stop that, you know, you're kind of like, all right, I'm just talking. Yeah.
And it's very overwhelming, and it hurt me. And at one point I just stopped reaching out to people. I stopped wanting to be friends with people because I got burned a lot. And you know, I spoke with my therapist about it, and like, you know, we just got an understanding of like why and what it meant. And like I opened myself up again, and I'll be honest with you guys, like now I seek out other neurodivergent people because I feel like we just understand each other better. But I'm able to like navigate social situations better with the neurotypical people. I know like what to say, what not to say, and I don't like take it to heart anymore. Like I used to like be so offended by it, but now I know, like after talking to my therapist, like what's going on, and have an understanding of everything.
You're able to compartmentalize better.
Yes, that's the word. My therapist helped me learn how to compartmentalize. So I love that BetterHelp actually has licensed therapists with you readily available. And I loved how they tailor to your needs. So my needs, I feel like it's so unique and special. Well, everybody's needs are, but like I wouldn't think that I was able to find that, but I was able to find it first a couple of years ago. We used BetterHelp when it came to my postpartum pregnancy. And so it's really nice that I could just keep going and involve like different therapy needs and just navigate that world. I also like too, if you like don't vibe with a therapist, like you could just go on to the next therapist. So it's not like you could just, you know, sometimes when you go to a building, you kind of pigeonhole to like 3 or like 2, or you have to find another one. But like, no, it's like so many there. You can just choose from.
As busy parents, it's super nice. You kind of already touched on this before, but it's nice because you could do video calls, you can do voice, you could do text. So because some people aren't even comfortable with doing like a video chat, so you could call and text too. It's like whatever you're comfortable with, they have it.
Yep, and especially since like if I'm going to get Lillian, I like, you know, hop on a phone call with them and being able to chit chat my needs, or like, you know, when I'm in social situations that really like overly stress me out, I like shoot a text message, you know, and talk to them via text. So it's just really convenient. I love how like they just make therapy readily available for you. And so another thing that I talked to my therapist about, so the thing with Lillian is that, and it's like a blessing and a curse. So you guys know she's intelligent, right? And she's really good at what she does in sports. Now, she struggles with ADHD as well. I know we talk about this a lot, but that girl works so hard to be able to navigate her own needs, you know, and I even apply to my therapist. She's also about to start her own therapy soon to help her navigate the world, because it worked really well with me. But what comes with that is like everyone I realize in my circle is from that world, whether it's school or gymnastics or dance. And what happens is like they get so competitive. And I don't know why. And Lily's friends end up the same way too. And it just gets really toxic and nasty sometimes, where her friends would just get super mean if she gets a skill or does something, and they just get so hateful. And she got in a car, which I don't want to tell her her business out there, because this is her personal story. And she said things to me that I'm like, wow, like you shouldn't think that way because your friend just turned on you. And it makes me want to cry because like a 6-year-old should never be able to experience that, you know? And the things that her friends were saying, guys, were just nasty. I mean, just nasty things. I can't even, if you're not a Christian, I don't have to be nice to you, like you're a liar about your alley, stuff like that. I'm like, just like your hair, the head of our body, everything. They just like say some nasty things, like you're annoying, like just really mean. It makes Lily reflect on herself in a negative way. Right. And I'm like, you know, because they're mad that, like, let's say she was helping them read or helping them do this or helping them do that. And it just get really nasty. And, you know, I had to sit her down and like say, hey babe, you can't have that reflect on you, and like talk to her about it. But I definitely got her a licensed therapist as well, because I'm not a licensed therapist, I'm a mom. And I do help her a lot, but like, it's just really nice to have someone who knows how to navigate that world, be able to talk to you. And for me, I felt the same way she felt, and I just thought I made it into me and made it deep into me. And so I really appreciated how my therapist was able to take that load off of me and made it seem like, or made me feel like it's not me, you know what I'm saying, that's making them go through their struggle. Right. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah.
And it's nice to have a third party sometimes, because I don't know, like outside opinions, like from your family, because it's like obviously you love your mom and dad and like what they say, but sometimes like having another person outside of that like relationship is like, oh, okay, like my parents were right when they said that, or you know what I mean? It's validating. So I think it's gonna be really good for her. Yes,
and I also say this, guys, because I think for me, for being burned a little too much, I do sometimes react in a way of like, I just drop you. Like I just cut off, shut down, and just, okay, we're just not resonating with each other, bye. Yeah. And I realized like I'm just losing friends that way. So my therapist helped me figure out ways to be able to, like, okay, Rachel, how did that make you feel in that moment? Like, what are some things we could do in order to like repair that communication? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyways, Lucas.
So yeah, one of my biggest struggles was like, I don't let people into my life. It's very hard for me to let people into my circle. As you guys know, like Rachel's talked about it too, where it's like, I don't have a lot of friends. And so I feel like after I started therapy, I realized like same kind of thing where it's like I've been burned in the past, and it just made me completely shut off. And like as like an introvert already, I was like, well, that just kind of proved it that there's nobody out there that can be my friend, because like everybody's bad. So going through therapy really helped with just kind of realizing like, okay, like you need to like keep trying, and you know, it's not something, it's not you, it's just like the people that you're hanging out with weren't clicking with you. Or I still struggle with it a little bit, but I've been doing a lot better at like reaching out and making friends, and I think it's healthy.
It is. And just like I said, learning how to communicate and learning how to like navigate this neurotypical world. Right. Lucas doing so well, guys. He has a good like 2-3 friends now, which
that's a lot for me.
I mean, for Lucas, guys, I mean, we're talking about, he went on a 10-hour car ride and had a blast with his good friend. And now he got like,
it, so they'll see it.
Yeah, and Sam, like, so, you know, Sam and Monica, like, oh my gosh, like it makes me want to cry. Like, like hearing the voice messages, he's like, hey bud, like, hey brother, hey brother. And I'm like, oh, like someone's calling you brother. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Oh my gosh. Oh, my crazy cucamonga.
He was eating lunch.
So Josiah, you want to say hi, everybody? I say hi? No. Like I said, it just makes me want to cry. Just thinking about like, I don't know, people loving you and caring about you, and just because I know how genuine and sweet you are. I know what a good person you are. So it's really fun getting to see you be able to open up more. Yeah. Oh my gosh, our cucamonga. Say hi, Josiah. This is our Josiah, guys. He's big, 3.5 and huge. He's hyper. But he's doing well. Oh. I encourage you guys to go to betterhelp.com/Rachel and Lucas for 10% off your first month. Guys, it's time to prioritize our well-being, our mental health, find balance, and navigate the world around us. So if you enjoyed this video, let us know. I have a lot of like great sit-down topics, or comment below what kind of topics you would like for us to discuss. Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.